Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the 2024 X7 M60i. This one is in Black Sapphire. It's the G07 chassis. And it was a customer ordered vehicle with some really nice touches on it and something we haven't seen before. So we'll get to that shortly. So this is the second model year of the refreshed Lifecycle Impulse, or LCI, X7. So should be really familiar to you already. So split headlights, which means it's the upscale version of the BMWs. I believe it's GLK, I think is what they call it. But you got the M badging in the grille now. But the slats are vertical and not double slatted. So a little bit of a change from what's been going on. Down below, you have the Driving Assistance Professional Package sensor. That sensor is there regardless of whether or not you get it, but it is not hooked up. So if you have it, doesn't mean you have the Driving Assistance Professional Package. You can't add anything to it, unfortunately. I think you dropped the ball on this one, because you could add things like Driving Assistance Plus to the iX as well as the X1. So moving over to the side, we have the Style 913M wheels with the black M Sport calipers. This is the Driving Assistance Professional Package. Basically replaces the Shadow Line package. And stepping back, here's the side profile of the X7 with the suspension in its lowest setting for easy ingress and egress. But basically it looks like a fast wagon in this lower suspension setting. Then out back, I think a slight change between 23 and 24. So I got the little horizontal line going across. This used to be in chrome, now blacked out, which I think is a nice touch. But M Sport Pro should be blacked out badges. I'm not sure why it's still in chrome, but I think that would be maybe a nice touch, maybe an option to have those black emblems instead of chrome. You see dual, and you see quad exhaust as well, so dual exhaust on either side. Here's our 3/4 view. So obviously a very large vehicle, and you could opt for 23-inch wheels, although as of recording right now, so this is early September, the 23-inch wheels are harder to come by, so may delay your order should you spec those 23-inch wheels. All right, let's go to the inside, go over pricing and options on this great looking X7. So of course, M-style mirror caps and pretty fistable. I think Matt Watson will be very happy with that. So opening up, black full merino leather, which is an option. It's also an individual option. So if you choose to get something full leather, be it black or I think Tartuffe or maybe Atlas Gray is the other one, you're going to have an individual block date, which means after that date, you will not be able to make any more changes to your order. But very comfortable seats, nice quilting, then multi-contour seats, controls for the powered crumb catcher, and then upper backrest, lumbar support, as well as adjustable side bolsters. MCI badging here on the door sill. All right, so inside, M Sport steering wheel. We have our shift paddles, Driving Assistance Professional buttons over here on the left-hand side, but a lot of controls are buried with an iDrive now. An iDrive 8 in front of me, heads-up display. The rest of your iDrive 8 screen. So this car was built prior to having 8.5 being installed on the factory. So this is eligible for an over-the-air update to iDrive version 8.5, but this one's still running 8. And the trim here is the individual piano black trim. So a very fingerprint magnet type of trim here. You have the glass controls for the start-stop button, your drive selector nub, and iDrive controller. Over here are your air suspension settings. Again, just like the full merino leather, the individual piano black trim will also get you an individual block date. So just be mindful of that when you're ordering your car. You're going to make sure you're ready for exactly what you want. Alright, so starting price of the 2024 X7 M60i, $108,700, so pretty hefty price. Metallic paint is included, $2,700 for the full merino leather, another $2,100 for the Driving Assistance Pro, which does include Highway Assistant, N Sport Pro package for $300, Exec package for $2,100, $1,600 for Climate Comfort package. So the individual piano black trim, another $1,080. And $3,400 for the Bowers & Wilkins sound system. And then added to this order by the customer was the luggage compartment mat, black all-weather floor mats, advanced car eye 3.0. And that's a pretty good deal for $810. I believe it retails around $500 or so. And install can be pretty pricey at a dealership. It's a pretty good deal. So $124,285 for this particular example. Now the advanced car eye 3.0 is up here. Obviously not activated right now, but you have this new interface here on the front display here. This is new. However, supply to this thing is really, really low, and it was taken off a few of our orders for customer cars. So it's hard to come by, but it can be installed at your dealership. And if it comes back, you can obviously order it on the car as well. I think it's a pretty good deal for $800 having it installed from the factory. Alright, always forget there's no more comfort access back here on the rear doors. And here's our second row of seats. We'll get in. You have another climate zone in the back here, or excuse me, 2 climate zones, and there's a 5th one in the 3rd row seats. Go ahead, open up the moonroof shade here. So the exec package gets you the Sky Lounge, and it's LEDs, so there are some LEDs in here that will light up with the ambience. That will light up with the ambient lighting that you select. In terms of knee room and leg room, really, really good on the X7. And headroom, really no issue whatsoever. The only sort of cramped feel you're going to get is in the 3rd row, which right now is folded down, so I'm going to leave it down, but we don't need to hop in the back there. Hopefully you guys have seen other X7 videos that cover the 3rd row. Alright, just pop this really quickly. So, 3rd row folded down, I mean a decent amount of cargo space. The box there for the advanced car eye 3.0. And then the advantage of having the bench seats as the 2nd row is these seats will fold down completely flat. Whereas if you get the captain's chairs, they won't fold down, so you lose this really great cargo space if you do need it. So keep that in mind if you're ordering an X7 and we're thinking about the captain's chairs, I should say. Use our kick to close. We'll make our way to the front and pop the hood here and see what lies beneath the bonnet. So underneath the bonnet is the S68 V8 4.4 liter twin turbo engine. It replaces the N63. So horsepower, slight bump to 530 horsepower, but torque remains the same, 553 torques. So really powerful engine. And even though it's an S engine, you don't have a run-in service at 1,200 miles. You do have sort of a software restriction on the power output, so you have to run, I think it's 320 miles or so before you get the full power of the S68 unlocked, so your revs are limited. And you think they do that with all cars going forward, but it hasn't been the case yet. But that's it for a quick tour around another X7, and we'll see you at the next video.